look disgusting, babe. You can't make me look better.
You already look great. What are you talking about?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, bye.
Oh, are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Hello my loves and welcome to my channel. Today we're in my kitchen because last week or the week before I posted this picture on Instagram and I asked you guys if you guys wanted to see how Jesse and I make these California rolls. I feel like we've become decent at making these now, and I've seen a lot of videos on people making these California rolls and we do it a bit differently, and this is like, I feel, the most simple version out there. So I am going to go ahead and show you guys how to make these. So the things that you will need to make these California rolls are a cutting board so that you can cut all of your vegetables and stuff like that, a knife and a potato peeler so that you can peel the cucumber. I have seen some people keep the skin on the cucumber, so that's completely up to you, however you want to do that. You'll also need a bamboo mat. We picked this up at our local Asian store, but I want to say Walmart or someplace might have some of these. And then you'll need some saran wrap to go over the bamboo mat. For the ingredients, you're going to need some avocado and some crab meat. We got imitation crab. If you guys want to be fancy, you guys can get the real stuff, but I said simple, so yeah. A cucumber. You'll also need some rice. I have seen people use sushi rice or a specific type of rice, but Jesse and I have always just used plain regular white rice, whatever you can find. And some roasted seaweed, or it's also called nori, however you want to call it. Optional things are sesame seeds. We like to eat our California rolls with sesame seeds. You guys don't have to if you don't want to, but I prefer it with it. We're gonna try using some cream cheese because I've seen some California rolls that have cream cheese. So I personally do like it with cream cheese, but I don't think we've actually ever tried making it with cream cheese, so it's gonna be a little bit of an experiment today. And last is ginger. We like eating ours with ginger, so yeah. And then the sauce that we use to put on top of the California rolls is sriracha mayo. So we have a full thing of sriracha here, and I just mix it with some actual mayonnaise. So I know that I have some vegan eaters out there or vegetarians, so I looked it up and you can substitute crab meat for sweet potato, or I've seen someone use roasted bell pepper, or you could just leave it out altogether. And I know that they have some vegan mayo out there if you want to make the sauce. I did see somewhere that this was vegan. Don't take my word for it, but I looked it up and I'm pretty sure I saw that this was vegan, so yeah. Alright, let's just get started. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is prep the rice. So I'm just gonna cook 1 cup of rice, and it's really up to you guys how much you want to make. I believe 2 cups of rice can make up to like 8 sushi rolls, so I'm pretty sure 1 is more than enough. So we're gonna add the cup of rice to the pot, and then I'm gonna add some water. And it doesn't have to be a lot of water right now because we're actually gonna wash the rice. Okay, so just with your hands, clean hands guys, clean hands. You're gonna kind of just move the rice around to try and get out all of that starch. And you wanna keep doing this and then draining the rice and then adding more water until the water becomes clear. So as you guys can see, all the water is white because of the starch. So I'm gonna go empty this out, and then I'm gonna refill it with water and keep washing it until the water becomes clear. Okay, so now that you guys can see that the water's pretty much clear, I'm gonna drain this out. And then we're gonna put the rice to cook. So for every cup of rice, you guys need 2 cups of water. So since we have 1 cup of rice in here, we're gonna add 2 cups of water. So now you want to put this on the stove. I usually put it on medium heat, and then once it starts to boil, I lower it to medium low and put a lid on it. Jessie likes to put it on the highest heat setting and then set it to low when it starts to boil. So it's really up to you guys how you guys want to do it. But either way, once the water starts to boil, make sure you guys put a lid on this pot and let the rice cook all the way. So we already have the crab meat on a plate. I'm using a paper plate because I'm fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna have him peel and cut the cucumber, and I will cut the aguacate. Okay, so in case you guys couldn't see, all I'm doing is just cutting the avocado in slices, just going straight down. Be careful that you guys don't cut your fingers. And then I usually just cut around the rim to get the avocado out. How do you do it, babe?
Usually I just get a spoon and scoop the guts out.
Okay, you can show them.
Okay, a big spoon. Scoop around the edge.
I think your way is probably better.
And there's your whole avocado. And if there's any left, you eat it.
Alright, and then how do you slice the cucumber?
So the way I do it, I'll usually just cut it on the ends, cut the little ends off because they're not as delicious. And then I'll slice it down the middle, lengthwise. And then I will slice it again, usually like half. That you have thinner slices like this guy here. And then you'll just make thin slices out of the whole thing. Once they're a pretty decent size, just cut in half. There you go, there's your little sticks. You can make them thinner if you like.
Alright, so now we have the cream cheese. Got it, baby? Then I think this, just cut longest and then in half.
We're using a brick.
The whole thing?
Guess so. We're making a lot of sushi today.
Below. And then in half.
Yeah, let me cut the rest of it.
Okay.
They're all the same size.
It's a lot of cream cheese.
So it probably helps if the cream cheese is a little more firm. So right out of the fridge.
Yeah, we've kind of had it out of the fridge for a little bit.
That's okay. It's still gonna be good.
Hmm.
Just a little easier to cut, I'm sure, if it's a little You want 3 slices out of this or 2?
Can you make 3?
Yeah, probably.
Try it.
Yeah, 3 of these. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Alright, I'm going to show you how to put the plastic wrap on. So, you don't really need the plastic wrap to use these bamboo mats because they are fairly non-stick to begin with. But to keep them looking newer and lasting longer, we use the plastic wrap to help make it not stick as much and also not dirty the mat because it looks so nice even though they're cheap. So what you want to do is get enough plastic wrap to wrap the whole sheet around once and cover both back and front because you're going to use it to help roll. So I think this should be long enough. So what you'll do is you'll take the plastic wrap, set it down flat, and just put the bamboo mat right in the center of it. And get one flap over, making sure it's nice and tight. And another flap over, making sure it's nice and tight. That way it doesn't fall off when you're rolling your sushi. And that's it. Should be ready to go.
Okay, you guys, so all of our vegetables and stuff are prepped. The rice is done cooking. When your guys' rice is done cooking, you want to make sure to set it aside to cool down before you start using it. So now we're going to use the seaweed wrap. We have a couple left over from the last time that we made it, so we're just going to use these to finish it. Ooh. Okay. So, very important, you guys want to make sure that you have the rough side of the seaweed wrap facing up towards you. You guys can see that there is a shiny side, and then this side is more rough. You'll be able to tell the difference in person. So I had to take my rings off for this next part because this next part might get a little messy. I do have a little bowl I do have a little bowl of water here so that the rice does not stick to your hands. A lot of people use rice vinegar to make the rice sticky, but we don't. And it works just the same. And also, you don't need to add anything to the rice when you're cooking it. No salt, nothing like that. Sometimes Jessie likes to flavor it a little bit with this chicken bouillon. I'm not sure what that is in English. But really, you don't have to add anything to it. So here's our rice. Okay, let me just move the rice in the center. Okay, so we have the rough side up, and you want to start placing your rice all over the seaweed wrap. And I like to just kind of make sure mine's a little centered. Alright, so I'm going to dip my fingers in some water and just grab the rice with your hands. This is the fun part. Go ahead, babe.
Okay.
So I just get some rice and I start to pat it down. Woo. I used to use just like these plastic gloves. Is it plastic or like what kind of gloves are they?
They're plastic.
They're like the kind that people use when they're handing out food. But we ran out, so I just gotta deal with it. Okay, so me personally, I like to leave just a little space around the edges. I guess you can fill the entire thing up if you want to. It's just personal preference. So next, I'm gonna take some sesame seeds and I'm just gonna sprinkle them all over. I like a lot of sesame seeds on my California roll. So now you just want to carefully lift your seaweed up. Ooh, mine's just sticking. And then you're going to flip it over. And I like to gently pat on it to get those sesame seeds to really stick to the rice. Good?
Yep.
Okay, so this next part is the best part. You can fill it with whatever you like. I usually start with the crab meat, and I take mine and I actually split it in half. And you want to kind of place them in the center, and so that it reaches the edges. And then I think next I'll take some cream cheese.
And I'll take some cucumbers.
So again, this is all just really however you want to do it. I did see in one of the videos, this guy said to place the cucumber away from you, so that this way when you start to roll your sushi, you can grab onto it because it's the most like solid food in here. Okay.
Yeah. Grab some avocado. Oh yes, Lord.
Okay. Alright, now the fun part. So to form your California roll, you're going to lift your bamboo mat and start to kind of grab the avocado, or what is it? You're going to start to grab the cucumber and hold it, and you're going to roll it over. And then you want to gently press on it to form that first roll. This is going to be one fat California roll.
Yeah, it's good to press in and kind of like make it round.
Yeah,
That
to
way
seal
it tucks it.
I'm not usually good at this. Jesse is a lot better at it than I am.
And you just keep rolling. Roll over.
Roll and press, roll and press. Woo! Hey. I think I put too much in mine. Yeah, definitely put too much. And then if you want to really form a roll, you're just gonna gently roll it all the way over. Mine's ginormous. What is going on here? I don't think I rolled mine tight enough, you guys. This is definitely gonna fall out. His is better. Don't look at mine. Mine's is sad right now.
Just round it out a little bit. Nice.
That is so weird. Mine's usually doesn't come out this crazy.
Well, we had a lot of filling.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine's is looking more like a sushi burrito than a California roll.
That's okay. Doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to taste good.
Yes. To cut the sushi roll, I'm going to have Jesse show you guys how to cut it. You are going to need a little bit of water on your knife so the knife goes right through.
Like to put it on the plate. Makes it easier. So yeah, you want to make sure that your knife is a little wet. Just be careful when doing this. Knives are sharp.
Yeah, or you can run it under the water if you want to. But we just happen to have the water here. So.
And then you want to try to avoid sawing. You kind of want to just go in smooth motions. That way it cuts through pretty evenly. And then you can probably get a few good slices out of it. But once it starts to stick and you can realize it, because you can see all the starches build up, you want to rinse your knife off again. So what I like to do is try to use just like the front part of the blade for a couple cuts. And then switch and use the back part of the blade for a couple cuts. That way I can get at least maybe 4 cuts out of it. Because they do like to stick, and then that just kind of undoes your whole work.
Okay, so the last thing we're going to go over, I'll have Jesse cut this in a little bit, is how to make the sriracha mayo. And that's what we usually put on top of ours. So, you want to hold this, babe?
Yeah.
I usually just take a little baggie like this, only because it makes it easier to put on top of everything. Okay, so I'm going to take some mayonnaise. I don't usually have any measurements. And then I just pour the sriracha in there. Again, I don't do measurements. I just sort of squeeze it until I think it's gonna be enough. So that looks like enough to me for now. And then you're gonna close it.
Just mix it up.
Yep. Gotta get in the camera, babe. I'm literally gonna cut the tiniest hole in the corner. And then all you have to do is just squeeze them on top.
That's it.
That's it. So again, you guys can switch this up however you want. You can add whatever you want in the center. Just be careful because as you guys can see, they don't always come out the best. But it is so much fun to make and it tastes amazing. And that's what matters most.
I personally like a little more kick on mine. So I'll always douse this bad boy. And there you go.
So that is how you make California rolls. Obviously you guys can see they're not always going to turn out perfect, which is okay because you guys saw what happened to mine. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but it happened. But they're really easy to make, you guys, and it doesn't take too much. You can pretty much find everything at Fry's or Safeway or whatever your guys' grocery store is. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys want more videos like this or want more videos with Jessie, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I am Salina. I should say that in the beginning, but I usually don't. Don't forget to subscribe down below and join our little love family. Also, there's a little bell button. Hit it. It's gonna notify you guys anytime I upload any new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, loves.